What's up, guys? So today the plan is to work on the S10 some more. So if you watched the last video, you will have seen the other things that I did, the two-step and putting the boost gauge in and stuff. So what I'm doing today is changing out the valve body in the 4L80E because I'm having issues with the reverse. So yeah, let's get to work. Alright, so if you guys watched previous videos of this truck, you would have seen that I was having a lot of issues with the 4L80 that I rebuilt. I finally got it where it works. Works great in forward gears, still slips in reverse. So apparently 4L80s are really bad for the reverse. So what I had done to try to fix the 4L80 before was there's this piston, 1-2 accumulator piston it's called, I believe, and it actually pushes on the band, applies the band for low and reverse. You can see here close, it looks like it's been welded on, and that's because it has. Sometimes the clearance isn't enough and you have to actually weld some on here. You can buy a little thing that fits on there that kind of taps on with the hammer and then you grind it to get the right clearance. On this one I ended up just welding it, but when I put the transmission back together with the different parts from the other transmission that I got, I didn't put that one back in. I actually put the other one back in. So, and I don't think I measured it to make sure that the clearance was right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull the valve body out. I'm going to swap this. I'm going to measure first, then I'm going to swap this one out, and hopefully this fixes my problem. I'm also going to switch valve bodies, and the reason why is because this valve body here is the valve body that I did the shift kit on, that I drilled the holes and changed all the springs. The valve body that's in there right now is the valve body that came with the transmission I got from my friend. It had an HD2, or at least I think it's an HD2 kit. It had a Transgo shift kit in it, but I don't know how the holes were drilled and all that kind of stuff. And there may be an issue with the valve body itself also. So I'm going to put my valve body in, and I am going to probably put this in. And all this other stuff, that's for the Turbo 350 from the shit horse. So I already got all the oil drained out. I got the truck up on jack stands. I dropped the pan already. And I'm just now going to take the valve body off, and then I'll bring it out onto the bench. This one here, I've already set it up with the check balls in the right location. So this one's pretty much ready to go into the truck. And I just got to pull the other one out. And here's the valve body, as you can see. Now that accumulator is under this cover. And the thing is, if you have this issue and you want to try this, thing that sucks is there's one bolt and it's underneath the valve body that holds this cover on. So no matter what, you have to take the valve body off, which really sucks, because if you could get at the bolt, you could just drop this accumulator, change the thing out or weld it, and then put it back together. But taking the valve body off isn't that big of a deal. So I'm gonna undo all these bolts and drop it out. All right, so I got the accumulator out. This is the one that was in there. This is the one that I modified before. So you can see I welded a little bit to the tip. And same on this one. So what you have to do to check this, what they say to do, is you take all of this out. There's a little clip on the, and that's making a mess. There's a little bit of a little clip on the bottom. You take that out. You take this piston out and everything, and you just have this piston and the rod in there. And I mean, I'll go do it. I'll do it and then I'll show you. And then you stick that in there and you push it up and you measure the difference. And it should only be like 80 thou of movement when you do it this way. And then if there's too much clearance, then you have to make the tip longer like this or shorter. You can grind it or make it longer. I can't see any reason why you would make it shorter unless it was a new pin maybe. So let me take this apart. I'm going to take them both apart because I want to check the old one plus this one, because this is probably the one I'm going to use, but I want to, if I need to make it longer, which hopefully it does need to be longer, because then that would explain why it doesn't work. So here's what I did. You take this all apart and you just use basically these two pieces. These two pieces here. You put it in to there. You put this little circle clip thing back on. You don't have to, but that keeps it all together. And then you put it up in there. I can take you under there and kind of show you how to do it, but it's kind of hard with one hand, but let's give it a try.
Okay, so you put it up in here like this, and you get it in there, and then if you look at it, it's kind of like way deeper in the hole here than here. So here's where you want to measure from, right at the back. So you zero your caliper, and then you just push up on this, and then you measure how far it goes in. That's how you get the measurement.
So by doing that with the original one that was in there, I got like 300,000th, and with this one, because it's extended, I got like 250. Some things I read said 80 thou, and other ones said like 150 thou clearance. So either way, I don't have enough. These are too short. So they do make longer ones that you can get, and like I said, they also make that extendo pin you just put over top and you bang it on. I guess it holds it on, and then you just grind it until you get your the depth you need. So I don't know, when I put the transmission together, the band was good. Like, it wasn't really super worn out or anything. Of course, it could have got worse. Not that I really have driven it much or used the reverse very much, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the pin more to make it, I'll try to measure and add, like, if I'm at 250, I need to add like 100,000. So that's not very much, but I need to add more. So I'll weld some to the tip. I'll try to get a measurement before and after, and then retry it and see what happens. Here you can see I added more to it, and you can compare the two. So now when I put it into the truck and measure it, I'm getting like 145 thou, which, like I said, a lot of people say that that's good. Some people say tighter, but I think I'm just going to go with this and hope it works. But I mean, this now is like, if I was getting closer to 300 thou before, now I'm getting 140. That's a huge difference. So yeah, let's put her back together and see what happens. I got the pan back on, the valve body back in, everything's hooked up. So the only thing I still have to do before I can put it on the ground is these shift brackets that I bought. So it's pretty straightforward. These both bolt onto the transmission, and then the cable goes through this hole here. This goes onto the cable. These are spacers for here. And then you just adjust up the cable like per the instructions. So I'll do that. I'll show you guys when it's all bolted on. And then that's going to be it for tonight, because I'm getting tired. It's late already. But I wanted to take my time with this transmission thing so that hopefully it's going to work now. Hopefully. So I'll put the stuff on, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, so here's what I did. Just put this bracket on here. Put this bracket on right here. And then just adjusted it up. Tighten here and here. There's adjustment here, and there's adjustment here. But it all looks good, fits good, and it works great. At the end of the day, the shifter isn't as good as an aftermarket one, and maybe eventually I will put an aftermarket one in. But so, you know, push down to go in reverse, neutral, overdrive, third, second, first. And locked. Alright, so it's the next day now, and it's another beautiful day out. It's a little cloudy, looks like it might rain, but it's nice and warm. So it's time to get the truck on the ground, fill it with fluid, and then let's see if this transmission works good. And then maybe today we can go for a spin, because if the trans is good, really there's nothing else to do other than tune it and stuff. So yeah, let's get it on the ground and get some fluid in it. Okay, cross your fingers, guys. Enthusiasm! Alright, guys. It's awesome. It works. It works. It goes in reverse. It goes in forward. I can't believe it. I seriously cannot believe it. It works. Awesome. That's just awesome. Okay, so that's super awesome. I mean, let's just hope it works when we take for a spin. But the next thing I'm going to do before I drive it is put this Marvel's mystery oil in there, which I doubt's going to do anything, but I don't know. Like I said, it has that little lifter tick, which sounds like it's coming from one lifter. Unless, of course, it's not a lifter tick. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I had, when I took the head off to change that piston, I had one lifter that didn't seem like it was pumped up good. And I took it apart and I cleaned it and put it back together and put it in. So I don't know if that's causing my issue or who knows. But you know what? I'm going to put this stuff in. Whatever. I haven't even barely driven it. So I mean, I really want to drive it. And if the noise doesn't go away, well, then we'll figure something out. Let the mystery begin. Well, guys, we're in the truck. Seems to be running pretty good, but of course I need gas, so I have to go get some gas first. It sounds like it runs good, other than that little bit of a ticking, which is super annoying, but we'll get some gas, so we'll go for a little ride. Really sucks. 91 premiums, 145 a liter, which is crazy. You guys won't believe it, but I don't know if it was that Marvel's mystery oil, but the ticking went away, so yeah, I don't know. Let's go for a little ride. Obviously, yeah, it's still running pretty fat, but obviously it needs tuning. Right now I only have the 4-pound spring in there, so it's not really making a ton of boost. I don't know, the lifter noise, I can sort of hear it, but not at idle. It's weird, I don't know, but who knows. Definitely makes cool boost noises though, that's for sure. I did some changes to the tune because Matt from Sloppy Mechanics was talking about the boost enrichment tables, and I had them wrong, and so I changed them, but I kind of just copied his from one of his tunes, not thinking that he runs E85, so his are values are probably higher than what I would need. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and do a little tuning. I mean, obviously the thing needs a bunch of tuning, not just a little bit of tuning, but hey, pretty good. That was a good first drive for the year. It drives great. Runs, drives, stops, idles. Overall, it's good. It's just needs some tuning. So we'll get into that in the next video, hopefully. But for the most part, this thing's ready to go, ready to cruise. Next video, we'll get on the Nova and get working on it, and hopefully the trans for the shit horse and all kinds of other stuff. So, like always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll check you later.